What's up, chicos? Yeah, man. Sounds of a million, Mr. COTELO. Yep, just hitting you with a new video about Call of Duty, how to make Call of Duty great again. Yeah, and I'm going to give you a bit and pieces of my ideas of the perk system, man. Now, if any of you guys are familiar with Call of Duty, what makes Call of Duty stand out is not only the guns, not only is it the maps, but hey, it's the perks, man. The abilities that you can use. Now, with Call of Duty 4, we had perks. Modern Warfare 2, we had perks. Some of it was a bit imbalanced, we could argue with, but I think Modern Warfare 3 made it a bit more balanced. Call of Duty Ghost, you had a different type of perk system where you could just pick different types of perks. But I liked Modern Warfare 2 because it was an extension of COD 4, which was one of the greatest Call of Duties, and they had Perk Pro, Pro perks, which I'm kind of ashamed to not see it again, to making a return in this Modern Warfare soft reboot, man. But yeah, I think the best perk system, in my opinion, might go to World War II. You might be surprised. You might ask why. The reason why is because in World War II they had a perk system which was called, I believe, the Division. And then the Division basically was a perk or a playstyle where it consisted of 3 to 4 different abilities. Like one perk, but like 3 evolutions of that perk. So it was like the pro system, so I'll go with that one. So basically I got my own perks that I made up, perk ideas, and I want to share it with you guys. Tell me what you think, leave a comment below, make sure you like, share and subscribe as well. I'm a bit of a kind of a new YouTuber, yeah. So I'm going to show you my first perk, and I think Call of Duty should go back to a mixture of score streaks, point streaks, and kill streaks. Kind of invites every type of player, even newcomers and hardcore Call of Duty players. But anyways, this is my first perk, and this one is called Adrenaline. Yeah, and what's Adrenaline? Adrenaline is damage taken increases sprint speed. So when you take damage, your movement starts to increase. It's quite simple, but this is only when you're damaged. The pro version, use and throw back grenades and certain equipments back faster, and you can reload faster when you're hurt, when you take damage. This is the elite version. The elite, faster melee recovery, and when you're hurt you can deal more damage. How does that sound? This is the next perk, Marksman. Basically similar to the Modern Warfare 3 MW3 Marksman, and it's what Marksman is: spot and mark enemies that are at longer distances, at longer ranges, for you and your teammates. So in Modern Warfare 3 you had what? Marksman, where you can see their ID names, name tags from a long range, basically quite similar, but now you can mark them for a short period of time, short duration, for you and teammates. So it should be good for competitive. Pro, switched out weapons auto reload over time. So let's say, as you can see in the screen, I got 27 bullets and I need to reload to make it 50. But instead of reloading or using that animation, I can switch out to my secondary weapon, or if I'm using overkill, my other primary weapon, or pick up a weapon from the ground. And as that weapon that I initially used first, it will recover the ammunition when it's swapped out. Then when I swap it back in, it's at 400%. Instead of 27 bullets, now I've got 50 bullets, as you can see on the screen. Quite neat, And pick up and switch weapons faster. Simple. Elite, teammates damaged and enemies you damaged are temporarily highlighted behind walls. So a bit like Recon in Modern Warfare 3, I believe. this version you'll be highlighted behind walls briefly, about 2 seconds. You know, when you're in gunfights and a person runs away trying to heal up and reload, you can see their movement behind walls for about 2 seconds, you know. Yeah, encouraging you to make a snappy decision. The next perk is detective. Footsteps highlighted, you know, briefly. Basically like the perk tracker. Was it from Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 as well. Quite simple, you know. You're going to see footprints, digital coloured footprints from nearby close enemies. Yeah, for a short period. Pro, you know. Grenades, weapons, equipments, and kill streaks are highlighted through walls. You know, appear red or orange, whatever the colour is. You know, so things will start to be more visible. Basically, sit rep, you know. Elite version, highlighted explosive radius and time indicator before detonating. Now this is quite unique. My idea to this, basically, when a grenade is thrown, a grenade is going to show an indicator of the radius of that grenade, basically the impact, the explosion of that grenade before it detonates. And not only does it show and reveal like a circle around it of how far you see that explosion there. So in other words, there'll be like a ring around that explosion. So you can basically decide where you want to position yourself to get away from the explosive, you know, the danger basically. And not only that, it will show a timer. It will count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bam, before it explodes. So you're going to see a timer and you're going to see the radius of that grenade so you can move out the way. Quite neat. What do you think? Predator. Yeah, the next perk is Predator. Delayed name ID when running. So when you're running, your name ID is delayed. So they have to keep aiming at you if they want to see your name. So it's kind of like a sneaky perk, you know, but this is activated while running, so it's keeping it balanced. And not only that, you're immune to heat-seeking devices, you know, thermal scopes and things to that nature. Heartbeat sensor. Pro, immune to UAV while running, and that should be the staple or the standard for Ghost, but as I call it, Predator. You know, if the UAV's on, yeah, you'll stay hidden, but you got to move. So it should be. Elite delays aerial kill streaks and targeting systems while running. So like kill streaks mainly to the nature of, you know, helicopters, payload, chopper gunner, VTOL as it's called here, like a Harrier. So those type of, you know, kill streaks where the helicopter airplanes are shooting from the air, you're hidden from them, you know. There's a delayed detection from the AI, should I say, but this is only works while you're running. So when you stop moving, then the AI will start to target you. Now this perk, next perk is Scavenger. Yeah, Scavenger. And with Scavenger, you know, Scavenger has always been simple, has always been the same thing, resupply ammo, which is boring. You know, that's why a lot of people are not using Scavenger. So what I did to make Scavenger better is not only do you resupply ammo, but guess what? You can pick up a third weapon. How about that? How come no one's thought about that? How come the developers never thought about this? Resupply ammo and pick up a third weapon. Yeah, suits the nature of Scavenger. Might be out on bullets, you can pick up a third weapon. Now you can switch between 3 weapons. You might have a primary, a secondary pistol, and another primary. All 3, you know, assault rifle, shotgun, and pistol, you know, that you're carrying. Awesome, right? Now this is Pro. Pro version is still care packages faster. Yeah. And booby trap it. So you can booby trap care packages. You know. Also, which is unique, add and remove attachments from scavenging. So when you're scavenging, you can actually you can take fallen enemies attachments and add it to yours, just like Blackout. You know Blackout, how you can pick up individual items and attachments. So it's basically the same thing with the scavenger perk. So when you go over the scavenger bags, you know, you can take the attachments and add it to yours. Quite nice, right? Next one, the elite version of that is enemies and teammates unused equipment can be scavenged, and you can hold up to 2. So what's this? So scavenger used to be like this, I believe, in Black Ops 1, where you can scavenge equipment and your equipment replenish. Now it's quite similar to this, but it's more balanced. My idea is, yes, you replenish equipment, but you don't replenish your equipment. You might be saying, well, what does that mean? What are you talking about? Basically, in your starting loadout, you might have a claymore. So once you KIA or shot down an enemy, they leave scavenger bags, and when you go over the scavenger bags, you will replenish equipment, but it won't be your equipment that you've used in your loadout. Meaning, whatever the fallen enemy that you killed has in his loadout, that's what you would take. So for instance, let's say you got a claymore in your loadout and you killed an enemy that has a throwing knife. So if you go over his scavenger bags, you will pick up a throwing knife, not a claymore. Yeah, so it's balanced. Because to make it balanced, if everyone has, let's say example, a claymore loadout, and they scavenge another bag, they're going to get a claymore. So they're going to have too many claymores, and claymores are basically almost overpowered in this game. So to make it more balanced, whatever the other player has that he hasn't used when he downed, you can take it from him. So if the person has a grenade, you're going to take the grenade, and your loadout will be a claymore and grenade. So you got to choose which one you want to use first. Or if you go to a different enemy, he might have had a flashbang or throwing knife, a C4. You're gonna pick that up. So now you're gonna have a claymore and a C4, if you get what I'm saying. But you can only hold up to 2. Hope you understand. Next perk is Bingo. Bingo is defuse grenades and certain equipments like C4, claymores, and mines. And not only defuse it, you can hack certain equipments by aiming at it for a short amount of time. Then you'll have a little loading screen, then it will become yours. But with the hacking system, there's 2 things you can do when you hack. You can hack the equipment to make it yours. So if the enemy triggers it, it will explode on him because it's now yours. Or you can hack the equipment by making it reveal the enemy if he's close by. So like Recon, how he has that thing he shoots out and it gives out a small radius, and if an enemy goes in within that radius, they will be revealed on the minimap. So it's kind of like that. So when you hack the equipment, if they're close by their equipment, let's say they're camping behind their claymore, because they're close to their claymore and you hacked it, they're going to reveal on the minimap. And the pro version of Bingo, this is and or depending if you picked score streaks, point streak, or kill streak. So pro version is you get extra points for melee, headshots, buzz kills, multi kills, and destroying kill streaks. You get extra points for it. And or if you just want to have kill streaks instead of score streaks, 2 assists counts as a kill, 2 crossfires like in free for all counts as a kill, destroying kill streaks and equipment counts as a kill too. Yeah, quite neat. Elite version, buzz killer. Enemies that have one kill less to their last skill streak or 100 points less towards their last kill streaks are revealed on the minimap shortly. So let's say the person, has completed, everyone's got 3 kill streaks. Someone might set up a UAV, then a sentry gun, and his last kill streak might be a chopper gunner. But because he's 100 points away from his last kill streak, or 1 kill away of his last kill streak, if you have this perk, you can see him, Black Ops 4, what's her name, Zero, she's revealed, but obviously a shorter time, maybe like 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds will be revealed, so it will be kind of like an intense experience. That person with his last kill streak, he's thinking, yes, I got 100 points away, I got 1 kill away, if I can survive this, bam, then I can get my last kill streak. But this only applies if you have this perk, and it only applies if that person is 1 kill away or 100 points away from his last kill streak. Not his first kill streak, not his second kill streak, but last kill streak. So that's that. Next perk is Track Star, more of a rusher type perk like Adrenaline. And this one is increased stamina for jumping, action maneuvers, which I'll explain briefly, and sprint time. Let's say tactical sprint, as we see in this game, where you run faster and lift up your gun, but at the cost of your aiming down, aiming down sight, recovery speed. So in this game, you have a stamina bar, and to stop people from spamming, slides and jumping and stuff like that, which you still be able to do, but when you do it, it's gonna deplete your stamina bar. Let's say if you jump or slide, it will take away 20% or 25%. So you only can do it about 4 to 5 times. But because you have Track Star, it increases the amount maybe to about 8 or 9 times you can do it within that stamina, including tactical sprint. Oh yeah, so action maneuvers basically is what I call, basically action maneuvers are basically swan dives, like in Black Ops 1, slides, like you see in this game and Black Ops 4. Also combat rolls, you can roll forward and get back up onto your knees. Yeah, they should add that to the game. Also, you can do jump backs. I don't know if you ever played Resident Evil 6, where you can jump back and land on your ass and stuff like that, which I think should be implemented, all 4 of those. So jump backs, combat rolls, you roll forward, commando roll, slides, and swan dives or dolphin dives, or whatever you want to call it. But the thing is, you have to select which one you want to use in which class. The same way like in Modern Warfare 3, where you have to select between kill streaks, score streaks, and point streaks. So that's called action maneuvers. So the pro version of Track Star is reload while running and maintaining top speed while reloading. And you can pick up weapons at a wider range. Like Crash in Black Ops 4, where he can pick up his golden ammo at a certain distance. So you can pick up weapons, guns, in a certain distance. The elite version is taking damage doesn't seize you from your momentum. So sometimes when you're running and you get shot, it slows you down. But if you have this perk, the Track Star elite version, the third phase, third phase after pro, you don't slow down if you're getting shot. You still maintain your speed, which is quite neat. The next perk is Breach. Breach is, your crouch walk speed is increased, and your action maneuvers are enhanced. They're faster, or they have longer ranges. They travel further. Yeah. And you can wall bounce on climb taller walls. Jump on a wall, press X, then press X again. You press X first, then you'll step on the wall. Then you can basically jump higher, basically. Pro version is while running and climbing, you can use your equipment and hip fire, so like gung ho. Elite version, less flinch from equipment. Now this don't apply to kill streaks, shooting at you, or kill streaks explosives. But when someone's throwing a grenade at you, or flash stun, there's less flinch. The next perk is Bloodlust. Bloodlust is headshots, melee, suicide, assist kills, and completing objectives and backfire restore your health quicker, just like quick fix that we have right now. Pro version, fog of war, enemies in your radius appear in your minimap if they're in front of you. Elite version is enemies that pick up your weapon, hack your weapons, watch your kill cam, or steal your care packages are highlighted briefly on the minimap. Quite nice, right? Safe Haven. Safe Haven. This perk is buildings and sections of those buildings you enter will appear in the map as green or red for a short amount of time. Now, what is this green and red represent? Meaning, when you enter a certain part of the building, you see that building in front of you, as you can see on the screen there. So if I was to enter that building, on my minimap, it will appear as green because nobody is inside it, but only briefly for about 2 seconds. So you're gonna have to pay attention to your minimap. Then after that, the green will disappear. Now, if an enemy is in that building, as soon as you enter it, or if someone has laid their equipment there, the minimap or that building in the minimap will be red for about 2 seconds as well. So you got to pay attention to your minimap. So green is for safe and red is for hazardous, but only appears about, the color only flashes in the minimap about 2 to 3 seconds, so you got to pay attention. Then it vanishes. Pro version is silenced weapons fired indoors will appear in minimap. So silencers are supposed to, I don't know why they didn't do it in this game, but silencers are supposed to keep you away from minimap, but at the same time they're supposed to reduce range and damage. But anyways, so basically, if an enemy is shooting a silenced weapon with indoors, he will appear in the minimap, but you have to be within that building as well for it to work. And also, indoor footsteps are louder. So if you're indoor and an enemy comes indoor, or an enemy's camping indoor, his footsteps are louder because he's indoors. But you have to have this perk, which is Safe Haven. Elite is recover from CUAV, counter UAV, and EMP and other disabling devices. Quicker. So basically, so you recover from counter UAV, EMP, and other disabling devices quicker. The next perk is Eagle Eye. And this is a bigger and more detailed minimap which shows the direction where your teammates are firing. Now, as you can see, like in the screen, like on the minimap, you see like you and your teammates are a triangular shape icon on the minimap, but when you in this perk, when your teammate fires, there'll be like when your teammate fires, there'll be like a line coming out of the triangle, out the head of the triangle, showing you where they're actually shooting. So teammate 5 shows the direction of where they're facing and shooting. Pro version is taking down the enemy that has their kill streaks up. Makes you immune to their kill streaks, but must remain alive. So basically, if an enemy has their kill streaks up and you kill the enemy, you are now immune to that kill streak. In other words, the kill streak will not harm you, but you must stay alive. You must stay alive. If you don't stay alive, then when the next time you respawn, you are a target for that kill streak. So it's either you gotta find that person that has his kill streak up, or you gotta just flat out destroy the kill streak. Yep. And so and you know how and also basically when that enemy that has his kill streak up fires on the minimap, he will come up like a different color. So instead of red, he'll be like maybe orange. So you can it gives you a head up to target him. So while the rest of the enemies will fire red, the person with the kill streak up will fire orange. So now you need to use tactics on how to maneuver and flank and get that person so you can stay safe from the kill streak. So a bit more details because I just thought about it now. So once you kill that person, you might need to go over his body and collect like a a device. Then once you collect that device, you are now free from you're no longer vulnerable to his kill streak. But at the same time you have to remain alive. That's a good idea. Elite version is enemies' kill streaks alarm you when you are targeted. So just like like Tracker and Black Ops 4, or even this game, High Alert. When someone sees you, your screen pulses like orange. I think I got the perk on in this game as well. But basically, instead of people triggering it, see, as you can see in the screen right there, you saw it, the orange. So instead of people triggering that pulse, instead it will be kill streaks. So there'll be a different perk for enemies triggering that pulse. But with this perk, the Eagle Eye, if a kill streak is targeting you, then your screen will pulse. So it's a bit of a variety there. And then the next perk, second last, is Ball Rush. So this is, close by enemies will flash red briefly when you're running. Only when you're running. So sometimes when you're tactical sprinting or just running in general, because you're moving so fast, you don't pay attention to it's quite harder to pay attention to people around you, enemies around you, to your size, the size of your peripheral vision. So with this, while you're running, only when you're running or tactical sprinting, enemies will be revealed like a red spark on their frame, on their bodies for about 2 seconds. So they're easier to identify when you're sprinting. Pro version, enemy equipments will be delayed when you sprint past them. And action maneuvers cause knockdown. Remember, action maneuvers are basically slides, combat roll, jump backs, and swan dives. So if you hit a person while you're doing that, they will fall down to the ground. But this is only if you have this perk. So, yep. Elite version is you are undetectable by ground kill streaks while running, like sentry guns, Mantis, the RC XD, remote control car explosive, stuff like that. Ground kill streaks. But this is why you're running. The next perk is Death Sting. This is the last perk, Death Sting. And this is quick transitions from standing, crouch, and prone. and maintaining hip fire accuracy while doing so. And you are alerted when enemy spots you. So just like the other perk, Eagle Eye, when kill streaks spot you, you are alerted with a flash. This time, you're alerted with a flash when enemies spot you. Just like the tracker and high alert in this perk. Pro, receive damage makes your ID disappear. So when you're taking damage, your ID, your name will be delayed. So it's quite different to the Predator perk that I mentioned first. And silent reloads and callouts when you're hurt. Elite version is you leave a fake death icon for players when shot at. So when enemies are shooting at you, on the enemy's team, it will show up as a death icon, as in you being killed. But the person that's shooting at you, he knows that you're not dead. So only he can confirm for his team if you're dead. So you see, they're gonna have to talk or chat, or he's gonna have to be more aggressive because he's the only person that knows that you're not dead. But the other teammates, they're gonna think you're dead because they see a fake icon, a death icon, fallen icon. So the player shooting at you is the only person to confirm that. And and also players eliminated by you will still appear on enemy radar longer before showing death icon. So basically quite similar. So when you're killing the enemy, the death icon won't appear on their minimap, but an arrow will still be there for maybe like 5 seconds, then the death icon will appear. Yeah. Hey, if you like the vid, subscribe, like and share. It sounds a million, Mr. COTELO.